What's up, lawn nerds? Welcome back for another week. Today, we're gonna do some pressure washing with a new pressure washer, and we're gonna review it. Here's what we got. Briggs Stratton S2000P electric power washer. It's gonna come in at 2,000 PSI at 1.1 gallons per minute, but this is what I was interested in. 3.5 gallons per minute, but only 80 PSI. Briggs & Stratton touts this to keep up with an electric pressure, or a gas pressure washer, I'm sorry. But we're gonna put that to the test, because we're gonna see if it's gonna run this surface cleaner on this driveway. I picked up an extension wand because I didn't know how long this one was gonna be. I'm kind of a tall dude at 6'1", 6'2", depending on the tape measure you use that day. But I don't really want to be bending over like crazy working this pressure washer. So I also picked up an on-off valve for the gun, so I don't have to constantly go over and turn the water off if I want to take it off, any of that stuff. No, this isn't my salsa from last night. It's a jar I'm going to use to keep all my pressure washing tips in. And it's also got, you're going to see it, a little swivel in there that came with those tips. I bought a 100-foot Flexzilla 5/8 hose. So we're gonna give that a whirl and see how that works, and also a 100-foot extension cord, because I do run a lawn service on the side, so I'm incorporating that into my Dan's Vlog side hustle this year. And we're gonna see how this stuff all works and how it holds up to the super expensive gas pressure washers. Let's go. Time to see what came in the box. Remember, it's heavy. All right, so first off, it's got a pretty nice packaging. These are really, this is solid. This isn't your flimsy, regular packaging that some other stuff comes in. This is thick plastic. We've got a quick setup guide, an instruction manual. Congratulations on your new product purchase. A couple pieces of cardboard. I mean, this thing's packed in here pretty decent. There's some shifting around a little bit, but I mean, I don't think anything's gonna be destroyed. The wand there, and notice it's got a cap on the threads to save any of the threads from getting dinged up if it does get moved around a little bit. I want that rolling down the driveway. All right, next off is just gonna be lifting the pressure washer out. So we lost a tip, that's about it. Okay, let's try and get this box out of the way. All right. This thing's not super light. I mean, it's heavy. It's definitely got some weight to it. We don't need that anymore. Designed for durability, built for more projects. Okay, so now this is weird to me. Like they've got a little flyer, but there's zip ties attached to it. That's odd. We'll just save that for later, I guess. Okay, so hose is in here. It's a nice hose. Doesn't feel like, I mean, it feels solid, but it doesn't feel like it's never gonna come out of the circle bend. Some of them get to be really tight. We've got that. The plug-in. And I would assume this changes our handle. Yes, it does. Lock it in. Stand it up. Here's our wand. It feels a little chintzy, but I mean, it's plastic. The whole thing is plastic, so we'll have to go with that. The plug-in end. It's got quite a lengthy cord. I mean, it's probably a 25-foot cord, which is nice. I want to lay this down so you guys can see this. This is the end that comes with it. However, it's going to come out of here because it's supposed to be a single tip. As you can see, it's got all these different spray ends on it And all you do, there's a little arrow right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm sure you can though. That tells you what it's gonna do. It's gonna be a spray, your 40 degree, your 15 degree. This says 0 degree. I would assume that's a soap tip narrow and a soap tip wide. Yep, for sure. So, but I don't necessarily see myself using that much, but you never know. At least it's there. And I have no clue what this dial does yet. So we're gonna find out. Let's set it up. So normally I would probably put some Teflon tape, some plumber's tape on this connection, but I want to see how these connections do on their own. That one doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's been lubricated up a little bit, but as you can see, there's also an O-ring in here, so that should take away really any need for that. So I really want to see how good. Well, that's not great. Basically want to see how good this connection is on its own. Because if you'll notice, I can't put this away without taking this off and putting it over here. So in order to put this away properly every day, if I wanted to, if you wanted to, if somebody else wanted to, you have to take this apart. So you're not gonna wanna thread tape this thing every time. One thing that I didn't find when I was looking this power washer up on, of all things, YouTube, were very close shots and any explanations of what anything basically was on here. So basically the only thing you're seeing out of the frame is this handle that tilts down. You know, kind of see it right there. And it locks into place really easy. We already talked about this a little bit. That's that nozzle. That's where it's gonna stay. This turns the power washer on and off. So that's just the on off there. Your soap container. This is just gonna be a side view right here. Let me get that a little better. Nothing really on it. This is gonna be where your wand without the extension, and you're gonna have to pull the trigger back, and it kind of was what holds it in place right here. And it goes down in. This is a back view where not much goes on other than here's where your vacuum's gonna be. Huh, interesting. That's where that's supposed to be right there. Actually, let's do this. Tear that off and put him on there. It's just a duplicate, it looks like. Yeah, it is. So this is where your draw is gonna be. So if you ever wanna put a longer siphon tube on there into like a 5-gallon bucket or a 15-gallon, something like that, for it to be able to draw off of, you'll be able to put it right there. And let's get that cord out of the way. So this is gonna be your connection side. This is where we're gonna connect our water. Our hose pressure is gonna come right out of here. And this is where our wand, or our extension, when it's detached from the wand, is gonna go in and fit right down in there and keep everything nice and tidy. So when we lay it down, like so, and undo the handles, they go just like that to be packed up tight. Obviously I'm gonna get rid of this, but you're supposed to be able to coil your hose and your extension cord or your cord on it from there, but we don't need that right now. So that's kind of the close-up view that nobody was able to give me when I was looking at this thing. But here's the other thing right here that got me a big time. They tout this everywhere. 2,000 PSI, 3.5 gallons per minute. There, all over the box. So we're really gonna see, because at 3.5 gallons per minute, and this is funny, in the little one it says 80 PSI, but it should be able to clear this driveway. All right, let's get this Flexzilla hooked up to the house spigot. See if I can do this one-handed. Maybe. Hold on, let's see here. If I can hold this. I know you guys really don't care about this, but it is what it is. Now, if you see water coming out of here, it's coming out of the hose bib, probably not the hose connection, because I know this is bad. We'll replace it sometime this summer. But I really do like these Flexzilla products. I've got a 50-foot hose in my backyard and I love it. And when I did construction, we used Flexzilla air hoses, and they're just great. I never had a problem with them like we did anything else. So I went with Flexzilla again for this, and eventually we're gonna turn the pressure washer hose over there. We're gonna turn that all into Flexzilla too. All right, so now that we got her hooked up, we need to do the proper thing and give her the old drain. So let's actually get that out into the yard a little bit. This brand new hose, it likes to coil like that. Turn this guy on. Come on, baby. So we're always supposed to put water through the hose to get as much air out as possible. So we're not putting it into the pressure washer right off the bat. So it's gonna take a minute for this thing to get through 100 feet. Let's turn her up to full bore. Wow, she is taking some time. There we go, right there. So we should be air free, okay. Now we can cut it off and we'll get it put in to this side. Pretty easy, feels pretty tight, good to go. As you can see, this cord for the pressure washer itself is pretty long. I bet it's 25 feet. And it comes into basically a GFCI, a ground fault indicator plug right here. And right there is why I'm plugged in, and it will reach. This plug will reach over there, but I'm doing this for one reason. I have an extension cord plugged in over there to come to right down here. And the only reason that I'm doing this is because there is a guy on Briggs Stratton's website that states you cannot use an extension cord with this power washer. So if this little indicator lights up green when we plug this in, he's a liar. So let's go. Boom, there it is. You can see that is green, and let's see if it works in just a minute here. Here's the other crucial elements. We're gonna grab the actual high pressure hose. I mean, it feels a little plasticky. I mean, it's cheap hose. I'm pretty sure these are the exact same end. Let's see right there. Yeah, I mean, these guys are no different except for the colors on them. I'd imagine you can swap them out. So we're gonna go ahead and stick, oh, I don't know. Let's stick the black end on here, and we'll kick that out. See if we can't get this in here. I know it's kind of irritating with my hand in the way, but man, this thing threads on a long ways, but she threads nice and tight. Okay. So it most certainly does matter. The black goes on this end and the blue goes on the pressure washer. Now we know. Oh my God, what a pain. Perfect. Hose connected to power washer, spigot to power washer, extension cord to power washer. We've got power. Let's extend this hose out a little bit. All right, let's get that stuff over here. So let's give her some water. Sounds like she's full up. Perfect, there's the bleed off. So that was just a soap tip. So let's put it on this guy. Ready? Not even close. That's not gonna do nothing. So let's say the 15 degree for now. Not too bad. That's 15 degree, 40 degree. That's just a super wide fan. Soap fan. 0 degrees like a straight shot. Extended reach is what they call it. And this is extended reach soap. A lot of air still in there. Oh, I bet that's air pulling from the soap canister. Interesting. White tip. All right, so all in all, not very impressed with this thing at all. I know it's electric. I know it's not quite gonna have the oomph that gas does, but with what Briggs touts this as, as their beefy, electric pressure washer, not so much. This thing you saw wouldn't even get close to turning the surface cleaner. Not even at all. I mean, it was barely just rotating a little bit. If you want something to wash your car a little bit with, it's not even too terrible, this would be something to have. If you want something that's better than a hose, and you just want a little pressure, maybe you don't have very great pressure at your house and want to clean a garage out or something, not too bad. But if you want to do anything like surface cleaning concrete, anything that needs a little bit of pressure to actually get some stuff off, this guy's not it. Not a fan. We're probably gonna return it. I guess we learned a very valuable lesson today, that Briggs electric power washers aren't that great. I mean, I guess like I said, if you need something to just quickly wash your car, or spray something off, yeah, but if you wanna do anything like actually wash off your house or actually wash off some concrete, not even close. So if you want a baby pressure washer, go ahead. But if you want something that's actually gonna get something done, get a gas one. Well, that's gonna wrap up our review of that pressure washer that I was completely not impressed with. So it is what it is. We'll try and get a different one that's gonna fit up to what I needed to do, and we'll review that one too. But until then, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.